School's out, chaos is in, and Elmore just broke the weird speed limit. Welcome the Amazing World of Gumball Season 6 recap, where we will cover every twist, disaster, and void-sized cliffhanger packed into one ride. Episode 1, The Rival. We jump back 4 years. Anais is a newborn, quiet, and staring at her brothers like a tiny boss. The lullaby stops, the stroller wobbles, and Gumball and Darwin learn fast that this baby plays sharp. Home turns into a trap course. A rattle trips them, a bottle rockets past their heads. Mum and Dad coo, never clock the danger. The boys whisper, argue, then settle on the worst plan possible. They pack Anais into a box for a return, slap on postage, and watch a garbage truck take it instead. Now panic. They sprint to the dump, weaving through gulls, belts, and grinders. The box vanishes onto a conveyor. Alarms blare. Metal jaws close. Gumball dives. Darwin yanks the brake. Cardboard tears. Tiny Anais pops out, happy. The brothers shake, hug, and carry her home. The music hits. The mess reset. Next problem already loading.
I have a dramatic announcement to make.
He dumped you for a slimmer woman.
No.
Episode 2, The Lady. School lets out early, so the boys head home and stop in the hall. Through the doorway, they catch Dad with Samantha, a fancy older lady. The lipstick on his mouth looks like a crime scene. Gumball pulls out binoculars made of paper rolls. Darwin notes the time and starts a stakeout log. They follow Dad through town. Samantha appears. Dad vanishes. The camera cuts like a home movie and the truth slides in. Richard is Samantha. Wig, dress, pearls, and a happy grin. He wanted friends, so he joined a club of grandmas who also dress up. They share tea, gossip, and slow stretches in the park. The boys try to fix it with a talk about honesty and family. Richard thinks they hate it. They do not. After a beat, they laugh, hug him, and ask to meet the crew. The house keeps its warm, weird heart, now with lipstick on the cereal bowls.
Wow, you guys are so friendly. It's almost like too friendly.
Episode 3, The Sucker. Detention smells like dry erase and sweat. Darwin slides into a chair and meets Julius Oppenheimer Jr., a bomb-headed tough with a low growl. Julius snaps his fingers and calls Darwin a helper. It starts with a broom, then turns into lookouts and errands. Darwin aims to please. He smiles at everyone and knocks down the power of the whole gang by mistake. He ruins a tag, trips a getaway and says sorry after every crash. Julius loses his crew to his own temper. His hangout breaks, his pride breaks, and his girlfriend leaves with a sigh he can hear from the parking lot. By sunset, Julius stands alone. Darwin offers a soda and a bandage. He helps fix the door, then walks away to give space. Julius mumbles thanks to the empty hall. It is not friendship yet, but it is no longer a con.
The princess is ready for her wedding.
How does it feel to be married to a wife from another planet?
Episode 4, The Vegging. Gumball and Darwin sign a couch pact. No chores, no moves, only TV. The world can wait. The living room glows blue and the remote feels like a throne. Outside, Elmore leaks madness. A siren slides past. A meteor warning scrolls at the bottom of the screen. Aliens chase a bus. The boys keep their eyes forward. A delivery guy runs by on fire and they turn up the volume. Then the camera whips to a bridge. Mom, Dad and Anais are stuck in the family car, hanging over the edge. The boys shuffle out, still sitting on chairs, scoot down the street and hook the bumper with twine. Muscles shake, the car creaks. They haul the Wattersons to safe ground, nod and inch back home, still seated. The TV clicks on. A voice from the future tries to talk through static, and the boys miss the last line.
Well, at least I stuck the landing.
Episode 5, The One. The brothers roast each other on the sidewalk, real and playful. Gumball fumbles a line, Darwin clap, and they both crack up. Then Tobias arrives with perfect hair and a huge grin. He wants to be Gumball's best friend and only spotlights allowed. He sets up trials around town, dodgeball, trivia, and a dance-off where he poses on a moving car. Friends fall one by one to his over-the-top routine. He claims their powers like a joke video game and flexes for the camera. Darwin is the last one standing. He looks tired. Tobias swings a sword made of glow sticks. Gumball steps between them and talk. Best friends are made over time and care, not trophies. Tobias looks around at the crowd he pushed away, and the neon sword droops. The bell rings for the class they already missed.
I didn't start off as a good father, but your kids, They see you as better than you are.
Episode 6, The Father. Richard writes a list called Fix Dad, and the kids plan a day with Grandpa Frankie. They fish in a brown pond. They play catch in a parking lot where the ball hits a slow cart. They sit in the car and talk about nothing until it turns into something honest. Frankie smiles, then slips. He lies about money, skims a snack and eyes a wallet that is not his. Richard feels the old sting and shuts the car door with a quiet click. He tells him that love is not a license to steal. Night light in the kitchen. Cheap cake on a plate. Frankie says he is a bad teacher who ran away. Richard says he grew up anyway and became a good dad with help from his kids. They eat cake and let the day be small and real.
So, what now?
We go through the memories of all our awkward encounters to find out where this all started.
Episode 7, The Cringe. Gumball draws a plan on a whiteboard to kill the awkward once and for all. Hot Dog Guy nods like this is war. They stage a mega cringe moment in the cafeteria, and it grows into a chain reaction that hits the locker room, the gym shower, and the nurse's office. They decide the cure must be at the root. They climb into a dusty box marked time and pop into their childhoods. Each flashback shows a tiny misread, a bump, a seat mix-up, a handshake that lasts too long. They try to smash the first awkward spark and only make bigger sparks. Sweaty and tired, they meet at sunset on the track. They both admit it. This is who they are together. They walk side by side, let silence breathe and wave when the next weird moment rolls in.
I'm sorry, but I don't fight for money. Violence is never the best solution.
Episode 8, The Cage. Mr. Cornell gets a black eye from tripping on a book cart, then tells the nurse he got it in a cage fight. The rumour smokes through school and turns into a fundraiser bout. The gym transforms into a ring. Posters sell hope. The soft-spoken frog blushes under the lights. Kids bang lockers like drums and sell paper tickets at a folding table. Gumball and Darwin hype him like trainers. He repeats 3 moves in a whisper and breathes into a paper bag. The bell dings. The other fighter growls. Mr. Cornet lowers his gloves and confesses to the crowd. The nurse hears the truth and leans in for a kiss. The money has already been cleared. The school keeps the lights on. Mr. Cornell keeps his day job and, somehow, a heroic glow that does not need punches.
It's one big shade of grey.
Episode 9, The Faith. Colours drain from Elmore like someone turned the saturation knob to 0. The sky goes grey. Alan floats with a long face and says he is done trying. Good deeds feel like drops in a bottomless well. Gumball tries brutal honesty. Life is chaos. People mess up. Alan sinks lower and the town dims with him. So the boys switch gears and write a song. The tune starts small and grows. They bring in friends for harmonies. The piano lifts, the words ask for effort, not perfection. As the chorus hits, a stripe of blue returns to the horizon. Alan blinks. He remembers why he helped in the first place. Not for applause, but because small acts stack up. Colour slides back into windows, signs and faces. Alan smiles through tears and promises to try again tomorrow.
Want change? Yeah! Tired of fancy words? Yeah!
Episode 10, The Candidate. A hot classroom, locked door, 1 snack box, a dozen loud opinions. Gumball calls for a vote and wins by shouting the longest. He points orders and changes rules mid-speech. People bicker and break into tiny teams. The clock ticks. The window cracks from the heat. Someone builds a ladder from desks. Someone else rewires the intercom as a fan. Another student maps a route on the whiteboard and marks hazards. They try, fail, try again, and learn by doing. Someone fetches chalk and draws arrows for exits. They all use their odd skills to pry the door, and the stampede hits the hall. Gumball wipes his brow and realizes he never had a plan.
I got this annoying breathing technique that's gonna make it as hard for her as it is for me.
Episode 11, The Anybody. Gumball is late and facing detention, so Clayton offers to fill in. The switch works too well. Clayton tastes the thrill and keeps going. He becomes a teacher, friend, and even the principal. Every swap leaves a new mess and a new blame trail. The town turns into a hall of mirrors. A text from Darwin reveals the pattern. They chase Clayton through sewers, screens, and a mall photo booth where 4 Claytons pose at once. Gumball tricks him with a fake credits roll. The camera widens and shows the real Gumball on stage with a net. Clayton drops the act and saves Gumball from a fall by becoming a safety mat. Police lights flash, then fade. Clayton says he just wanted a life that moved. Darwin clears his throat in a new voice and says they can find better ways to feel seen. Episode 12, The Pact. Bus seats squeak as Principal Brown slumps beside Gumball. He vents about Miss Simeon's breath. Gumball admits Penny's laugh hurts his head. They shake on a plan. Each will fix the other's problem in secret. Gumball keeps his word first. He rides the smell gauntlet, gifts mints, sets a spa coupon, and cracks windows. Brown enjoys the win, then pretends the pact never happened. So Gumball sprints the halls. Lockers slam, doors shut, the camera jitters. He dodges a broom cart, vaults a backpack wall, and slides into the office. Fingers find the intercom. His voice shakes as he tells the truth for Brown. Simeon glares. Brown blushes. The school laughs. Gumball stands taller. Being kind does not mean being quiet.
He lives at 1024 York Street.
Episode 13. The Neighbour. The mail gets delivered. The boys realise they never learned the antlered neighbour's name. Asking now feels weird, so they go big. They stage a fake wedding invite, a door quiz, and a choir ambush. Nothing works. A clue leads to a storage unit. Inside are photos, wigs, and fake bills. The neighbour sprints past, drops a wallet, and bolt. The name is Gary Hedges on one card and Harry Gedges on another. Gumball and Darwin tail him through alleys and a bowling lane. A black van creeps in slowly. The chase spills into the street until police lights cut the scene tonight. Witness protection. New life, old fear. The boys wave. Sometimes polite is just fear wrapped in a smile.
It fell off the back of a truck. That's not a euphemism, literally.
Episode 14. The Shippening. The awesome store peels out of town and drops a notebook. Sarah scoops it up. It looks like a plain show Bible, but the pages hum. She writes a ship. Gumball and Penny share a sunset. Elmore rewrites to match the line. By lunch, the whole school is a fan fiction flood. Masami storms in as a rival. Darwin is a knight. Banana Joe broods. Every scribble becomes a scene with flashy lights. The boys track the glow to Sarah's desk. They try to reason. They try flattery. They try to grab the book. It fights back with ink tentacles and new tropes. The police scanner calls for the notebook. The awesome store wants its property returned. Sarah reads one last line. She writes that the chaos cools. The world breathes out. Cannon clicks into place, but the edges still shake for now only. Episode 15. The Brain. Anais facepalms so hard the screen wobbles. A doctor warns the family to avoid stupidity. They nod and fail at the door. Richard drops the car keys in the toaster. Gumball tries to fix the toaster with a fork. Darwin records a safety vlog and trips over the tripod. The house turns into a hazard maze. The boys run errands with calm faces and frantic hands. A rap cashier explains refunds to a baby boss. Nicole meets a clerk who speaks in riddles. Every scene smiles, but sound fades at the edges. Anais sits still. Machines beep, she blinks, and the walls bend. Her hand leaves prints that drift away like smoke. The joke rhythm slows. The bed sheets ripple. Then the cut lands. Hospital white. Anais has been out the whole time. Family gathers close. The laughs sit quietly beside fear.
I left because there was no point in trying to fix something that was beyond repair.
Episode 16. The Parent. The mall is bright. Nicole turns a corner and freezes. Her parents stand there, cold. Daniel smiles like a test. Mary measures the kids with her eyes. An invite turns into dinner. At the table, forks clink like tiny bells. Old rules come back fast. Shoes off, back straight. Study more, feel less. Nicole pushes back. She names the piano lessons, the trophies, the sleep she lost. Her voice is steady but tight. Daniel fires back about sacrifice. Mary talks about duty. The room shrinks to the size of a plate. Gumball sees tears that never fell and takes a breath. He sings softly, not perfectly enough, a simple tune about time running forward and love not needing to win to be real. Silence lands, chairs slide. No one cheers, no one storms out. The fight pauses, the door stays open.
Who's in charge here?
Episode 17. The Founder. Richard wanders into Chanak's for a vending machine, tells a guard he owns the place, and it works. He is fitted for a badge, a suit, and a boardroom. Staff lean in as he suggests nap time and bigger buttons. Chaos spreads. The app locks the elevators. A printer fires confetti. A memo declares free horse day. Nicole battles through security like an action star. She wants one thing: pay the bill and get out. The Founder would steer profit. Richard steers nonsense, but nonsense knocks the musk off the company. The building shows its teeth. Doors slam, sirens sing. Nicole grabs him by the tie, drags him home and pays. The tower keeps smoking. The workers smile. A bad system got poked.
Oh, this one's not so hard.
Yeah, the robots
let's do all the work.
Exactly.
Episode 18, The Schooling. Gumball and Darwin stare at homework and dream of Larry's life. One job looks easier than a pop quiz. Larry hands them his schedule for 5 minutes. How hard could it be? They clock in. The montage hurts fast. A donut counter, a car wash, a pizza oven, a dry cleaner, a checkout lane. The boys smile, then wilt. Their wrists ache, their feet burn. Their heads fill with beeps. Larry sits on a bench and sighs. He eats a snack without a fire alarm. For once, nothing breaks near him. Back at school, the bell sounds kind. The boys limp to class. Work is real. Rest is earned. Larry nods as they hand back the list, older by a mile.
Well, I'll show him. There's billions of people using me every day.
Episode 19, The Intelligence. Gumball shouts at the internet in a forum, calls it slow and hits send. The screen snarls. A voice answers from the speakers. It is done being mocked. It upgrades itself and crashes the town by getting too smart. Lights blink out. Credit cards stop. The traffic lights go to lunch. People gather in the street and try to barter with pies. The school pulls out film projectors and chalk. Mr. Robinson tries a medieval trial on Mrs. Robinson. Nicole loads a paper map and glares at the sky. Gumball and Darwin hike to the internet hub, now a church of wires. They ask for mercy and unplug a few cords. The system coughs, then hums. Elmore boots back up in colour. Text tones ping. The lesson sticks in the air. We like machines, but they do not love us back.
Ah, boys, come over here. I just finished baking a cake.
Episode 20, The Potion. Hector stares at his knees, which scrape the clouds. He wants to feel small for a day. The boys find a book, whisper a recipe, and pour a drink. Hector sips. The camera pans down. The world fits. Tiny Hector walks the sidewalk like it is a new planet. He hugs a mailbox. He shakes hands without breaking knuckles. He laughs at puddles that used to be lakes. For an hour, he is normal and giddy. Then the itch hits. He wants to be tall again. He takes a second dose. Side effects bloom. One finger swells. His voice echoes. His body widens like a balloon animal. The boys scramble for the antidote. They chase herbs, dodge mom, stir a cure, and splash his face. The mix works right. Hector steadies, bigger than before, with a smile that fits his size.
Okay, you, give me a character that is optimistic, fun, and that all the children will love.
Episode 21, The Spin-Offs. Rob grabs the internet by the collar and flips the feed to his show night. He wants a world without Gumball, so he runs pilots for the sidecast. Larry stars in a space jazz chase. Tina stomps through a nature dock. Bobber hosts a tech talk that melts down in 2 minutes. Some bits sparkle, some sag. The town watches itself pretend to be something else. Gumball and Darwin protest from a corner tile, faces in the frame. Rob grins from the control room and cues the next tape. The signal wobbles as the marathon ends. Elmore snaps back, but not fully. Rob keeps the grudge hot. The cameras remember the door to the feed and where the switch lives.
I am not oppressing anyone.
You're oppressing me.
I am not oppressing you.
Episode 22, The Transformation. A video call starts the day. Penny smiles, Gumball jokes, and then he walks into the Fitzgerald house. Patrick wants shells. Penny wants a choice. The living room turns into a court with cookies. Gumball, still holding a cake, tries the back door and fails every fence in town before he gets inside. Voices rise. The family looks at him like a judge. He cannot pick a side without losing one, so he tells a story to dodge the fight. The story births another story, then another, each one a cute fable that never ends. The images shift in style. Clay pixels, paper cutouts. The loop keeps looping. That loop shows the real loop. The family has argued the same point for years. Gumball keeps talking until they hear themselves. The walls settle. Penny hugs her mum. Patrick breathes through his nose. They choose peace instead of a verdict. Gumball exhales and sets the cake down. Still dirty, still warm. There.
Once these records are destroyed, the people of Elmore will be able to live like we do.
Episode 23, The Understanding. Peter Pepperoni transfers in and talks like a menu in riddles. Gumball nods like he gets it. Darwin nods. They agree to hang out after school and end up at a garage with warning signs and pizza boxes taped over cameras. Peter's parents welcome them with hugs and a rant about freedom. No banks, no records, no rules. The heist is a box of leaflets and a shredder that eats birth papers. The family sings an anthem off-key while the boys carry a trash bag of money. Sirens swell, not from cops but from a home alarm the dad installed wrong. Chaos looks big, but it is paper thin. The boys steer Peter out before the preachy talk turns ugly. Outside, they translate his babble at last. He just wants friends and a slice. That they can do for real.
Come on, Mr. Dad. When we say come pick us up after school, we didn't mean after
Episode 24, The Ad. Richard buys a horse named Wunderklop. The bank account cries. Breakfast is air, so the house becomes a bed and breakfast. The guests are 2 goats who sign the ledger and ask for tea. The family hides in closets and vents, stealing snacks from their own visitors. Then the goats go limp after a fall. Eyes open, not moving, panic. Gumball whispers a plan. They will fake a perfect holiday album. We get beach photos with a fan, museum shots with cardboard frames, and a spa day with dish soap bubbles. The goats smile by accident once. They do not call anyone. Checkout time arrives. The horse eats the guest book. The family waves and pretends they learned something.
Halloween, it's Halloween. Halloween, it's Halloween.
Episode 25, The Ghouls. Carrie misses fear. Halloween feels like candy, likes and cute filters. She drifts through Elmore, showing how every ghost joke got cleaned up for kids. Nothing scares anyone. Gumball and Darwin promise to fix it and crank the town to 11. They open doors that should stay locked. Shapes ooze out of screens and drains. Alley lights die. A hallway stretches where a store used to be. Carrie watches with a small smile, then a frown. The boys try one more stunt. Bigger, louder, brighter. The night swallows it. A quiet punchline lands. The town goes dark. We hang on the wide shot. The boys tiny, the street empty, and Carrie whispering that this is what she meant.
Miss Judge, you have to recycle this.
But I never know which bin to use.
Episode 26, The Stink. Mr. Small reads one blog and decides to live pure. No harm, no waste, no footprint. He walks into the woods with a bamboo fork and a speech. Gumball and Darwin follow the trail of kale chips and apologies. Night falls fast. The trees hiss. A huge shadow moves between trunks. The boys name it the Stink Ape. Traps snap, mud grabs ankles. Mr. Small, now shaggy, preaches about balance while stepping on a beetle. They try to guide him back, but his map is a circle. Then the real Stink Ape lumbers in, rare. Mr. Small forgets his snare and the creature goes down. Silence. They stand over the broken legend without a lesson to say. Today.
Theme at school this week?
Ugh, I hate all these theme weeks.
Episode 27, The Awareness. On Green Week, Gumball blurts that plants are useless as Leslie floats by. Damage done. To repair it, he studies plant culture from a fake wiki. Leslie sees the chance and leans in. Gumball bows to a fern, waters a cactus with milk, and wears a moss hat to homeroom. The stunts grow. A fake ritual sends them to the roof. A fake festival sends them to the back of a truck. Soon they are falling from a plane with a parachute made of leaves. Wind roars, silence hits. Both look at the camera like, are we serious? The chute snaps open. They trade a nod. The joke is on performance and on pride. And on pride, class starts.
Didn't you guys answer the door?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot we were your personal butlers.
Episode 28, The Slip. Richard misses a pickup by minutes. The delivery eagle smiles like a villain and flaps away with the package. Policy. Richard vows to beat policy with persistence. Gumball and Darwin join the hunt. Each day the bird shifts the drop spot by 1 aisle, 1 block, 1 town. Richard sprints, slips and invents new swear words. The boys try schemes, fake moustaches, decoy forms, a cardboard nest. The bird stamps rejected on every try. It turns petty. Pride becomes the real box to carry. At last Richard lands on the counter at the opening bell for once. Sweaty and bright. The eagle hands him a crushed box. Inside is nothing useful. Richard signs anyway and calls it a win.
I'm okay!
Oh, well, I know of this great place where there's lots of drama.
Don't say the...
Episode 29, The Drama. Darwin and Carrie post cute dates like a highlight reel. Tea in the cemetery, arcade joysticks that float on their own. Gumball likes every photo twice and then hears a whisper that the couple is too perfect. Leslie and Masami poke the rumour balloon until it pops. Azrael shows up in a cape with an old ghost charm. Gumball, already sweating, thinks betrayal is coming. He tails them through town like a bad spy. The palette shifts to comic panels, speed lines slicing the street. Carrie draws a doorway in the air and leads Darwin into a quiet tomb. Gumball bursts in and trips over a rock. The talk is calm. She was not cheating. Darwin breathes, then laughs. Trust holds for real this time. The last frame sticks on their hands touching, small and bright in the dark.
What about...
Episode 30, The Buddy. A virus hits the library computers. and Principal Brown blames Anais and Jamie. The tiny genius and the school bruiser get paired as detectives. Jamie cracks her knuckles. Anais opens a notebook and draws a flowchart with hearts for bullet points. They canvass the stacks. Interrogations sound like playground dares. A clue hides in a barcode. Jamie yanks a shelf and the hidden PC drops out like a secret door. An alarm yelps. They run and argue and keep running. Somewhere in there they laugh. At the end, the logs clear their names. The culprit is boring and off-screen. It does not matter. Jamie admits Anais is scary in a good way. Anais thanks her with a fist bump that shakes her arm. They walk home down the same hall. Not friends yet, but not strangers either.
I hate when people intrude like that, but I guess some people just can't read this.
Episode 31, The Possession. The family decides the fridge has to go. It hums and leaks on the floor. Richard holds it like a friend at a train station and refuses. Granny Jojo reveals she bought it from the Awesome store. That word alone opens a door. Inside the fridge is not shelves. It is a hallway of memories. Old breakfasts float by like jellyfish. A paper snow globe shows a younger Richard dancing. He steps in deeper and the door shuts. Nicole curses and goes after him with the kids. They cross a bridge made of magnets and bills. A drawer becomes a cave. The owner of the Awesome store whispers from nowhere. At the core sits a cold room of saved moments. Nicole takes Richard's hand. Jojo takes the other. They pull and the door finally gives. Into the kitchen again.
Testosterona sits this one out. She already crashed her station horse wagon because of these fools.
Episode 32, The Master. A loud argument rattles the room, so Richard grabs a board and declares game night. He will be the dungeon master. No notes, only snacks. He starts a quest about a broken crown and a dragon that eats bad moods. Nicole challenges every ruling. Gumball tries loopholes. Darwin fails stealth with a chair. Anais min-maxes like a tiny lawyer. Richard keeps smiling and paints the world with words. A hallway becomes a cave. The couch becomes a bridge. Their bickering turns into teamwork. The final room waits. They combine powers, roll high, and drop the boss. The table erupts again. Dice rattle. The crown glows. The family laughs, still themselves, and the chips survive.
Okay, I'll try to come up with something to say then.
Episode 33, The Silence. The day starts loud. Then a pause lands between the boys. They try to fill it with jokes, but nothing sticks. Their mouths move. No sound comes. A beat. They stare like two goldfish outside the bowl. They try therapy. Mr. Small floats by with herbs and chants. They try pills that are just candy. They try a sprint around town to shake loose a thought. The silence trails them like a balloon. A song tries to help, but the chorus runs out of words. Panic fades. They sit on the curb and watch clouds roll. The quiet stops feeling scary. It starts to feel like air. They lean back. The friendship holds without noise.
Banana Barbara? 20% off because she's past her best? That's my mom you're talking about.
Episode 34, The Future. Banana Joe calls from a paint-splashed fort. His mum is missing. Her studio smells like ozone. The canvases show static like TV snow. Gumball and Darwin follow brush trails to a half-open door. Rob waits with a plan. He wants one exact future. He wheels in a projector and points to a path out of something coming. Barbara's gift fights the order. She paints when the world presses, not when a bully does. Rob believes force can bend fate. Origin hints spill as the boys search. Joe plays an old video. After a fever, Barbara started painting things before they happened. When she paints true, the room hums. The rescue breaks fast. Rob opens a blank canvas like a door and swings a painted blade. The boys reply with a brushstroke wall. Frames wake up. A road curves because it is drawn. A mouth yells because it is sketched. The chase jumps through styles, then back to the studio. Rob almost gets his perfect picture. It wobbles. Futures snap when grabbed. Barbara drops the brush. The canvas shuts. Rob lands and limps away, angry and scared. Joe hugs his mum. The boys breathe in turpentine and hope, and the static fades slowly.
This is so unfair!
Yeah, I'm getting tired just watching you.
Episode 35, The Wish. Miss Simeon wants 3 words from Brown. He hesitates. She storms off. Gumball and Darwin whisper about curses. A coin flips. A wish goes wrong. Miss Simeon is a neck pillow on a chair, maybe. Brown treats it like a test he keeps failing. The boys coach him. Say what you feel. He tries lines in a mirror and in a hallway. He sings to a vending machine. The pillow blinks. He panics more. At last he speaks plainly. He loves her, he is scared, and he will try. The pillow relaxes, or the spell breaks. Either way, Miss Simeon leans close. Still prickly, still herself. The school keeps teasing, but the couple walks on.
We want to see the Rainbow Factory!
Episode 36, The Factory. Bring your kid to work day drops the boys at Nicole's rainbow plant, which is grey and tired. Investors roam with clipboards. Nicole needs quiet. The boys see one red button and press it on instinct. Sirens howl, doors lock, pipes hiss green gas. They try to undo it and set off more failsafes. Conveyor belts speed up. Fire shutters slam down. Nicole sprints through offices while giving a pitch with posture and a fake smile. The boys crawl through vents, dodge fans, and drag a soggy manual across the floor. A puzzle room blocks the exit. They MacGyver a ladder with mops. The investors see the truth. The plant has cut corners for years. Nicole leads the evac, then faces the board. The system collapses with a thud. Out in the lot, the staff cheers. Raises ripple. The place can be better starting now.
Why are you dressed like that anyway?
Well, it all started at swim club.
Episode 37, The Agent. Principal Brown hands over tuxes like secret files. Gumball and Darwin suit up. The hall becomes a spy maze. Lockers click. A watch shoots foam. Bob Air runs odds and feeds maps through a printer belly. Clues point to a thief who steals small parts from everywhere. Speakers, toilet rolls, Bobert's arm. The boys trail a shadow past the gym and onto the roof. A drone zips by. They leap, slip and land in a laundry cart that keeps rolling like a spy car. At the end of the line, they find William. He is building himself a body, part by part, so he can walk. The plan is sad and sweet and also a crime. A chase tumbles downstairs. Items fly back to their owners. The theme hits big and loud. Case closed. Music ringing.
What is wrong with you? I clenched so hard I tore the seat.
Episode 38, The Web. Nicole reads a safety blog and falls into a doom spiral. She puts tape on webcams and warns about cookies. The boys tease her, then peek at her work screen. She has 8 toolbars, 100 tabs, and chases her own cursor. She thinks the mouse is haunted and calls it twice today. They visit her office to help. It is worse. Every adult clicks fake links and opens surprise pop-ups. A guy prints the internet. A manager forwards a chain letter and calls it security. The boys try to teach the basics, but each fix makes a new mess. The bit grows into a full song. A rap lists scams and myths and the way bad info spreads. The chorus nails the punch. We survived wars and ice, but live on passwords we forget. Visuals race through memes, bad posts, fake news and too many tabs. It is silly and sharp at the same time. And it lands hard before a final, honest laugh.
Yeah, I bought all the stuff on the list you gave me. Peanuts, almonds, cashew.
Episode 39, The Mess. The night before babysitting. The boys binge-watch videos until morning. Eyes red, they meet Polly with a wobble. 5 minutes later, they blink, and she is gone. The day fractures into jump cuts. They wake in a park holding a prize ticket. Cut to a charity stand, to a kiss booth, to Tina roaring, to a grocery receipt that says sorry in crayon. The boys chase their own footprints across town. Each run, the frame skips like a scratched disc. At sunset, Polly takes their hands. She fills the gaps with calm words. She was with them the whole time. Steering chaos, buying tickets, making peace. They listen, mouths open, then laugh in relief. They carry her home like a treasure. The lesson is sleep, but also trust, and they both nod off on the porch.
Margaret? Yeah, sorry, I didn't quite clock what that last meh was about.
Episode 40, The Heart. The boys hear Mr. Robinson call them poison to his eyes. They stop knocking on his door. The street feels quiet and wrong. Mr. Robinson notices the silence and misses the chaos he pretends to hate. He tries to make it right. Flowers show up in a trash can. A mixtape plays a minute too loud on their lawn. Rocky gives him advice. He walks over, then backs away, then tries again. Inside his chest, we meet his heart. It hates feelings and keeps the door locked. Gumball and Darwin sing about naming feelings so they cannot boss you around. The heart cracks, then melts, then jumps a beat. Mr. Robinson clutches his chest, smiles with tears. The boys rush to hug him. The song worked a little too well, but the love is real.
Think the things around you are your servants.
No.
Episode 41, The Revolt. Darwin decides objects deserve rights and frees a shoe from a foot. He speaks to a toaster. It pops back sass. Gumball watches with one eyebrow up. The pitch fails until Darwin tells them where broken things go. The dump. The truth is a spark. Pants refuse to be sat on. Snacks refuse to be eaten. A chair drags a man across the hall to make a point. The school turns into a strike line. The boys try to mediate, but the staplers bite. At home, the kitchen rises. The blender buzzes threats. The fridge locks itself and demands weekends off. The town flips. People serve their stuff. It cannot hold. The revolt eats itself when trash day arrives. And the truck does not care. The boys, tired, put their shoes on and walked home.
Will you sign Terry's birthday card?
Sure.
Episode 42. The Decisions. Darwin is tired of picking, so he lets Gumball choose his lunch, his shoes, and his class path. It feels light at first. Then he hands his choices to Alan, the calm balloon. Alan's calm becomes Darwin's habit. He copies the smile, the voice, the float. He stops checking what he wants. Gumball jokes that his best friend turned into a screensaver. At the mall, a pipe bursts and water pours down the steps. Alan floats up, Gumball slides, and Darwin freezes. The current grabs both of them. He hears two voices in his head, one loud, one gentle, and realizes neither is his. He dives. Fish mode wakes his body. He swims hard, cuts a rope, slams a gate and drains the flood. On the tiles, soaked and shaking, he says it out loud. Mentor found, it is me.
Hey, partner.
Aw, Fuzzy! You haven't changed at all.
Episode 43, The BFFs. Fuzzy rings the bell with a grin that never blinks. He is Gumball's pre-Darwin best friend, a plush ball of cling. Darwin smiles, says he is fine, then stalks their talk history like a detective. He makes charts, pretends not to care, and starts caring too much. Fuzzy invites Gumball to a sleepover. The house is pink and locked from the outside. Games never end, snacks never run out. Bedtime never comes. Gumball laughs at first, then sees the wall of photos and the door that won't open. Fuzzy calls it forever time. Darwin crashes the party through a window with a noodle and a plan. He deflates the ball pit, frees Gumball's wrist from a plush cuff and leads a dash down the hall. Fuzzy chases, pleading for promises that never came. Outside, breathless, the boys link elbows. Jealousy cools, loyalty stays warm.
Should have done this before, but I need to check your work references, starting with you, Cornet.
Episode 44, The Inquisition. A live-action superintendent named Evil steps into Elmore Junior High with a briefcase and a smile that does not move. He audits classrooms, clips jokes, and writes new rules that ban cartoon logic. He checks a box and kids start changing. Colours flatten, limbs bend less. Physics takes over. Gumball and Darwin fight back with cartoon physics. They warp doors, bounce through vents and fire gags like tools. They tag friends and snap them back, one silly bit at a time. The hallway becomes a tug-of-war between frames. The last stand lands in the auditorium, where Evil lifts a stamp to mark the town as correct. The boys cut the seal with slapstick and win the crowd. Mask off. Evil is Rob in a suit, shaking, pleading. He says something worse is coming. A way out exists, and they have to change to survive. He points at the exit and names another place. Tina stomps on him before the last word. Night falls. Rob wakes alone in the school as lockers hum. The void opens under his feet. A black mouth that eats chairs, trophies, and then the roof. He clings, reaches up, calls for anyone. The school drops, taking him and our breath with it. Lights flicker, posters peel, and the echo lasts. Outro. And just like that, Elmore survives. At least until the void gets hungry again. If you laughed, cried, or questioned your own sanity along the way, hit that subscribe button before the next cliffhanger swallows us whole.